You can plan a night on the town that includes dinner at a local restaurant, ballroom dancing, or tickets to the theater. You could also plan a couple's massage or even a hot air balloon ride. You can create a great memory without creating any physical waste. When we each share our one thing, it becomes 100 things, 1,000 things, 1,000,000 things for our planet. What's your one thing?
Walking into the building for the first time after the shooting, it was crippling, but it had to be preserved.
In response to the Pulse nightclub shooting that affected the LGBTQ community, Barbara Poma, owner of Pulse, founded the One Pulse Foundation to honor Pulse victims and survivors.
If you're an ally of this community, speak out. There are more of us together than apart. It is the power of love in its rawest form.
Join the fight for LGBTQ acceptance. Learn how at lovehasnolabels.com. Brought to you by Love Has No Labels and the Ad Council.
95.7 The Game is an equal opportunity employer, and we encourage local community organizations to refer qualified applicants to us. You can receive The Game and Odyssey job vacancy information by contacting Human Resources at 415-765-4011 or by emailing sfhr@odyssey.com.
Join us at Odyssey as we all do our one thing, together millions of things for our planet. Give your sweetheart an experience rather than a gift, like a night out for dinner or a couple's massage. When we each share our one thing, it becomes 1,000,000 things for our planet. What's your one thing?
You're listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMZ FM at HD1 San Francisco. An Odyssey station.
Good morning! Yeah.
It's time to wake up. It's 5, and we're live.
Oh, is this thing on? I don't care. I want him to hear.
This is the Pregame Show, your early morning shot of sports on 95.7 The Game.
Come on!
Oh, yes. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is the Pregame Show with Joe Spadoni. And man, that feels a lot better. If you're a Golden State Warriors fan, Warriors destroy, eviscerate, insert verbiage here. They handle the Oklahoma City Thunder 141-114 in what was the most completely dominant victory on the season. Klay Thompson, he goes off, drops 42, 12 of 16 from three-point land. Jordan Poole with a career high in assists with 12. Andrew Wiggins tosses in 18 on 8 of 15 shooting from the field. He handles Shai Gilgeous-Alexander on the other side, who only dropped a measly 20 on 6 of 16 shooting from the field. And that was a hell of a victory. Draymond Green, near trip dub for him. He was all over the place. He was killing it. Shouldn't say near trip dub, near double-double. But probably could have had one if kept the pedal to the metal for the entire game. But his defense was on point. And again, that was the most complete win of the season for the Golden State Warriors last night at Chase Center. No Steph Curry, no problem, as the Warriors improved to 28-26. Now 21-6 on the road. See if they start doing it away from home. Sorry, did I say on the road? 21-6 at home. See if they can start doing it on the road, but not worried about that right now. Just worried about all of you at 888-957-9570, 888-957-9570, Xfinity Mobile text line, YouTube. Let me know. Panic meters away after that? Is everything going to be fine? Was it just, taking one game at a time? That was very encouraging. That was very, very encouraging from the Golden State Warriors, from Klay Thompson, from Jordan Poole. All kind of the question marks we were having yesterday, right? Andrew Wiggins. Will the real Andrew Wiggins please stand up? Was that the real Andrew Wiggins last year? Was that an aberration? Well, some of those bad shots are still kind of there. There was a couple air balls, a couple of Andrew. But for the most part, that shot started coming around, and that defense he had on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, one of the best young players in the league, basically shutting him down. It was impressive. Andrew with second on the team in total plus minus at plus 25. Jordan Poole at plus 28. Every single starter in the plus margin there. And only one player in the minus margin. That is Ty Jerome at -1. But just a complete team effort last night. And what can you say about this guy? What more can you say? Let's hit it with Klay Thompson in that game he had last night.
Giddey, one dribble, throws. Jada Williams not looking. Ball deflected off his hand. Draymond. Here comes Kuminga driving into Giddey. Throws out to Thompson. Pump fake. Flyby. 3-ball off the dribble. Nice. Knocked it down. And just like that, Golden State trails by only 2. Trey Mann in for Oklahoma City as Klay Thompson takes a 3. It's up and good. Klay Thompson, 15 of the 27 for the Warriors are down by 2.
This could be one of those 40-plus jobs.
Klay Thompson, top of the key. He's got another one. 3-ball for Klay. 32-30. Klay Thompson has 18 here in the first. Warriors up 2. Klay waits. Drag screen. Squares up. Won't shoot. Gets a handoff back from Looney after the pass. And nails another 3. He's got 6 in the first half in 7 tries. And the Warriors lead by 5. And Mark Daigneault calls a timeout for OKC. Gives up his dribble. Now to Wiggins with 5 in the shot clock. Got to go. Out to Klay Thompson with 2. With 1. Takes a 3. It's good! Left sideline. Off the dribble. Warriors lead by 7. Klay's got a 27-point half. Klay Thompson, who is just 2 days shy of his 33rd birthday, gets the ball on the right side. Pump fake. Flyby. 3-ball. Got another one!
This guy might have 23s.
33 points. His 9th 3 with 10:45 to go in the third. DiVincenzo defensive rebound finds Poole. Poole penetrates to Thompson. Thompson left side. 3-ball! Number 11 for Klay. Timeout for OKC. It's 120-95. Tom Tilbert has called it. 22-23. Klay Thompson takes it, hits another 3. That's his 12th. He's 2 away from tying his own record.
And he would stay there at 12. 12 of 16 from beyond the arc for Klay Thompson yesterday. 42 points. Tom Tolbert and Tim Roy on the call right here on 95.7 The Game. And Tom was on it early. This feels like one of those 40-point nights for Klay Thompson. And it was. Good call there, Tom, as he cracks a beer open. Night. Cracks a can of soda pop. Sorry. No Bud Light guest line, if you will. Shout out all of the Bud Light guest line. All guests appear on the Bud Light guest line. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. And what was easy to enjoy last night was that Golden State Warriors win. So 888-957-9570, 888-957-9570, 408, Xfinity Mobile text line. That is Jordan Poole played his best game of the year. That was the best game of Jordan Poole's career, I believe. Steve Kerr, your thoughts?
I thought Jordan was magnificent. One of the best games I've ever seen him play. He just was so under control. I think first half, he controlled the half without really scoring much at all. Klay was dominating, obviously, with his shot, but Jordan was controlling the game, just running the show and taking care of the ball. And then, of course, he started scoring in the second half when that presented itself. But he was just he was brilliant all night.
Absolutely brilliant. The carelessness that we've seen from the past, the unsure nature of the play. Where is he going to go? Is he going to dribble penetrate? Is he just going to do a step back 3, a boneheaded type 3? It's like, what are you doing? Or are we going to get the calm, cool, decisive Jordan Poole? That's what we got last night. That was probably the most complete game of his career thus far in the NBA. And that is a welcome sight for a team without Stephen Curry. They're going to need to lean on Jordan Poole. They're going to need to lean on Klay Thompson, Draymond Green. Those are the leaders. Those are the leaders on offense. And your leader on defense, Draymond Green, he's always going to bring it. He did last night. Klay Thompson, his confidence on the defensive side, that's coming back. And that's a young and explosive team that they're playing against Oklahoma City. One of the best three-point shooting teams in the league. Going up against 2 guys named Jalen Williams, one from Santa Clara, one from Arkansas. God bless Tim Roy and Bob Fitzgerald doing that game last night. But Shai Gilgeous-Alexander bearing the lead. There was another Wiggins last night too. Wiggity, wiggity, whack. Josh Giddey comes from land down under, where women go and men plunder. But that was the most complete and decisive victory I have seen from the Golden State Warriors in quite some time. That was the kind of victory I saw early last season en route to a championship. Steve Kerr asked about playing his starters deep into that fourth quarter and making sure they got the dub.
These days a 20-point lead can go like that just with all the 3-point shooting. So you don't mess around. We're also looking at combinations too going forward. We're going to be without Steph the next few games, and so we got to make sure we're ready for Portland and the games coming up after that. And we're looking at different combinations and different rotations. So got to keep playing.
Quick turnaround tomorrow in Portland. Klay Thompson's 33rd birthday tomorrow. It was Kevon Looney's birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Kevon. So the rest of this remaining schedule before the All-Star break, you got the Blazers tomorrow, followed by the Los Angeles Lakers in the LeBron James record-chasing journey he is on. That looks like it might be broken tonight against the Thunder, or later this week against the Milwaukee Bucks. Got to kind of be poetic, with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar starting his career there and obviously being the current record holder. So you got the Blazers, Lakers, home for the Wizards, and then at Clippers. You're not leaving the West Coast. That's nice. And then you got the All-Star break, 9 days off. Get rest, get right. Hopefully Steph will be doing the same. And you'll be a couple games over 500, and you'll be fine. That's all you need to be. Hover. Just don't go under 500. I think maybe my panic meter might have been a little too high yesterday, but again, that was a nice win from the Warriors. Let's start stacking these because we've seen this. Like, oh, there's the Warriors. There they are. Oh, they're fine. Oh, they'll win. Blazers, they got that. Well, let's see. Definitely taking it a game-by-game basis with this Warriors team. What say you at 888-957-9570, 888-957-9570. Here's Draymond Green on if that was the best game he's ever seen Jordan Poole play last night. Again, career high in assists for Jordan Poole with 12.
I thought that's the best game I've ever seen him play. Played it great. He ended with 4 turnovers. 3 of them was just him understanding what was going on in the game and trying to get Klay shot at the end of the game. So to realistically have 1 turnover and 13 assists or something like that. I thought he played an incredible game on both sides of the ball. He was good defensively. Their whole offense is running guards in the guard screens and waiting on a slip up and then driving that gap. And he was incredible on that side of the ball. And he was incredible, obviously, offensively. He let the game come to him. He got everybody involved, and then he looked for a shot, and everything was beautiful. I thought that was an incredible game, one of the best games, if not the best game I've ever seen him play.
Absolutely. I agree with Draymond. The turnovers was a huge, I'm bearing in the lead there. Basically, to Draymond's point, ended the game with 4, kind of just lackadaisical ones at the end there, but basically just 1 turnover, one real one that mattered. And that's huge. That's huge for this team. That's been a problem for this team. That's been a problem with Stephen Curry. It's been a problem with Jordan Poole. It's been a problem with Klay Thompson. It's been a problem with everyone. Just sloppy, careless play. And it's a reason why they've been struggling up to this point. If you can limit the turnovers, be opportunistic on defense, turn that defense into quick offense, get it to your playmakers. Jordan Poole did a great job of that last night. Again, 12 assists, career high for him. Limit the turnovers, good things are going to happen. And they did last night. Here's Jordan Poole talking about his career high assists.
Not necessarily. Still go out there and try to just play my game, I guess, be aggressive. The difference is with Steph being out, I see different coverages a little bit, more help. A lot of rotations are coming over sooner, so just getting off the ball earlier, trying to find my guys in pockets and kind of put the defense in rotations, and guys are just able to find some of the seams tonight, whether it's a backdoor cut or guys just knocking down shots.
And he was talking about him not actively looking, just to be a facilitator and be a playmaker. It just came to him. It was the natural flow of the game. And that's a huge step for him in his development. And listen, this guy's young. Yeah, we're still talking development because he's still a young player. Yeah, our thoughts, I think, might be a little jaded on Jordan Poole because he just got that huge contract. We expect so much of him, and rightfully so. He's been paid that much money. You expect the offensive output to be there at a night in and night out basis. But at the same time, he's still developing as a player. He's a young guy. The playmaking aspect, he is still developing. Hell of a scorer, hell of a shooter when he's getting hot. But that playmaking, that's the next level. That's what separates Stephen Curry from some of these other guys in the league. It's the shooting, but also the ability to dribble drive, hand it off, find the guy, find your Klay Thompson, find your Andrew Wiggins, and then find your Jordan Pooles. So if he could hone that craft, and I'm sure Stephen Curry's talking to him that constantly on the bench, what have you. If he could hone that skill and those assist numbers keep going up, sky's the limit for him. Sky's the absolute limit. The sky was the limit for the Golden State Warriors last night as they dropped 141, hold the Thunder to 114, and just a defensive clinic from Draymond Green. He was just outstanding on the defensive front. A couple blocks. He was doing his thing, creating the turnovers, 3 steals for him. Again, turning that defense into quick offense, getting it to your sharpshooters, and trying to put that game away. And they finally did, and you heard Steve Kerr earlier. 20-point lead in this league for this team, it feels like it's only 10. So that's why he kept his starters in late. Maybe would have liked to see them pull a little earlier, but I get it. Needed that win, didn't need any slip-ups, and they did not slip up, and they had their most complete win on the season. Here's Klay Thompson when asked about his game.
It felt great, but what felt even better was the 43 team assists we had and only 16 turnovers. Our starting lineup had most of those, so that was, I think, the indicator of how the night went. It's got to be the most we had all season, and the ball was humming. And when we do that, we're at our best. And for me, I'm a huge beneficiary of when the ball's moving. I mean, what the naysayers say, that's fine. I mean, but we have a lot of guys who are gritty, and we're not just going to quit because our best player's out.
From the 510 on the Xfinity mobile text line, do you expect a trade if the Dubs keep playing like this? It's interesting. I don't know what the trade is made to be out there. I expect them to make some calls. Bob Myers, the front office. Jared Vanderbilt's a guy that's been linked to the team. I know Shasky, he likes a Kelly Olynyk type. I was listening to Anthony Slater, who was on with Ryan Russillo on the Ringer podcast, and he doesn't get the sense that they're going to be moving off Moses Moody or James Wiseman. From what he's hearing, that's a lot of, we'll take those guys off your hands, so to speak, from around the league. Not so much as we're going to give you a valued kind of player pick. So the Warriors, they're looking like they're going to keep those guys because they don't want to lose the big investment, if you will. But listen, sooner or later, you got to pull the plug on it. That's all I'm going to say. Sooner or later, you got to make a decision on that guy. Is he a part of the future or is he not? Doesn't look like it right now. I don't see it. I'm sure a lot of Warriors fans don't see it. Moses Moody, it's been a disappointment thus far. But again, trade to be made, acquisition to be made. That'll happen in the coming days. Again, the trade deadline is this Thursday, so we shall see. And we'll have all that coverage for you right here on 95.7 The Game leading up to it all throughout the week. Tumultuous season, if you will, for the Warriors to have that kind of month and to keep this team basically on the offensive front on his back. It's been very impressive. And here's Klay talking about adapting a Bruce Lee philosophy to his game. Only Klay Thompson.
That's also a great book written by Miss Shannon Lee. That book helped me so much during the time when I wasn't playing basketball. Even outside of basketball, I try to apply her and her father's teachings to my life. That book is incredible. And as far as on the court, to be like water is just to flow, be effortless, be quick but not in a hurry, and always have ultimate belief in yourself. So that's what it means to me to be like water, and thought I resembled that tonight.
You did resemble that tonight. I don't know if any of you out there have seen Space Jam 2. I know a lot of you. It's LeBron, I get it. Michael Jordan, the GOAT. That one, the OG. And the OG one's better. I have a 3-year-old, though. He likes LeBron. He likes Space Jam, too. So I was watching then Klay Thompson. He's in the movie. His character is literally water. He's a splash bro. Get it? Haha, funny, funny. But that's what I was kind of like envisioning in my head when he was talking about that. Be like water. Be malleable, right? Be able to go with the flow. And that's what Klay Thompson did last night. You know, he had that first air ball miss and then not missing again. 12 of 16 from beyond the arc, 42 points, and one of the great games on the season for Klay Thompson. Not just Klay, for anyone on the team. And here's Klay talking about his teammate and his career high in assists. Jordan Poole, that is.
It was awesome. I mean, career high in assists. I was a recipient of a lot of those. JP is an incredible ball handler, incredible scorer, and he's developing into a future all-star. And he played with great poise and patience tonight, and just an incredible talent that we were so lucky to have with the team.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Great team effort. That was what was the message after the game, and you're hearing it from all these guys the post game. Just a great team effort. Shout out Geraldo Velasquez on the YouTube chat. Love the show. Love you, Geraldo. Thanks for chiming in. And again, hit me up on YouTube. Hit me up on the Xfinity mobile text line, 888-957-9570. Hit me up on Twitter, at Spadoni_Joe. It's a party. The panic meters, they've been put away today, at least for today. You know, we're back in action tomorrow. We'll have all that coverage here at 95.7 The Game as the Warriors try to take on the Blazers. And yes, things can change. But let's enjoy that win and what was the most dominant win on the season. It's been a very tumultuous season. Teammates getting punched, players getting hurt, the franchise guy going out multiple times, shoulder, leg, he's out again. Is this it? Is this finally it? Well, not so fast, Klay Thompson said last night as he dropped 12 3-point shots. Ernie Chavez on the YouTube chat. We won't hold it against Benny, but Space Jam 2 Spadoni, come on. Listen, I didn't think it was a great movie, personally, but if it gets my little one distracted for me enough to do the dishes, that's good enough for me. All right? Playing the long game here, Ernie. Playing the long game. Space Jam 2, yeah. But Klay Thompson was in it, and that's what he looked like last night. What are the Goon Squad? That's what they call it. It's not the Monstars in the second one. It's the Goon Squad. That's what he looked like last night. Looked like water. He was en fuego, so maybe he was on fire as well. He's like oil on top of water that's been lit in fire. That's what Klay Thompson was last night. Splash Bro. It's a clever name. Clever name. Here's Steve Kerr talking about the most fun he's had this year.
Yeah, that was fun. That was probably the most fun I've had watching our team play all year. So many great individual performances, and fun to see, some of the guys who don't play much get out there and do well. And it's definitely a feel-good night for our team.
Absolutely. And I think that was the most fun a lot of Warriors fans have had watching this season. Yeah, get beaten guys and teams like the Celtics, the Grizzlies. Obviously, that feels great. The Lakers, LeBron. It feels good to beat those teams. But have a performance all around. That's just an even better watch just as a consumer and as a fan. You're not going to watch the carelessness, the sloppiness. It was a complete team effort. Everyone bought in. Everyone rallied around. No Stephen Curry. Got a rally. And they did that. It was impressive. It was fun to see. From the 562 on the Xfinity mobile text line, Klay busting out with that much-needed 42 points in the best game of the season. LFG. Seriously. We need it. Warriors need it. Need to talk about them. I don't got no Niners to talk about right now. And we'll get into some football on the other side a little bit because Trent Dilfer might have said the most ridiculous thing I've heard all week. So we'll get into that on the other side for a little bit. But right now, it's Warriors, baby. We are the flagship. We are going to be talking about them. We need another championship run out of this team. Will we get it? Not sure. They haven't showed me the consistency all season long. Will they start with a nice roll here into the All-Star break? I would like to see it. Can we go on a winning streak here? Blazers tomorrow. Lake Show Saturday. Monday against the Wizards. And then Tuesday back-to-back against the Clippers. Can we do that? 4 games left. Can the Warriors sweep this? Let me know. 888-957-9570. 888-957-9570 from the 510 Xfinity mobile text line. I don't see Wiseman on this team much longer. The Raptors have a fire sale. I could see him in a couple of last year's draft picks going for one of their assets that can help us now. Thing is, 510, and again, I'm alluding to what Anthony Slater in his comments. He's our 95.7 The Game Insider here. You know him. You love him from The Athletic. Covers the Warriors better than anyone else in the entire universe. He was on with Ryan Russillo and the Ringer Podcast Network, and he was just talking about how he doesn't see them getting back huge value for James Wiseman or Moses Moody. Even if you package those guys together, I'm not sure you're getting a Pascal Siakam or a Freddie VanVleet, anyone of that caliber. Just not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. And if the only way you're getting those kind of dudes would be some high draft picks that I don't think the Warriors are going to want to part with. And I'm just not seeing it with those guys. Again, a guy like a Jared Vanderbilt, maybe. A guy like a Kelly Olynyk. No, Shasky likes him, you alluded to him. Maybe some of those guys, a little off the radar. But a big name, I'm not seeing it. I don't see it, at least up until this trade deadline. The offseason, we'll see. Will the Kevin Durant conversations ramp back up? Hell, Stephen A. was on First Take talking about how he believes the Boston Celtics can't be slept on in the Kevin Durant sweepstakes, and they might try to add him this season. Jaylen Brown, his name was floated in the offseason surrounding Kevin Durant and the Brooklyn Nets. Could that be a possibility? A lot of interesting layers to happen in the next couple days, but right now we're just enjoying the win as the Warriors take out the Oklahoma City Thunder 141-114. 888-957-9570, 888-957-9570. 510, yes, the problem is the rest of the league isn't high on Wiseman. That's unfortunate, but true. That's just matter of fact. That's why right now, too, do you want to, if you're not getting back much from him, just try to bank on the upside that he might still have. At this point, if you're just going to get a bag of chips for him, just see what you got left. See what you got left. We're going to take a quick break here. Come on back. Trent Dilfer. We're going to pivot to football here for this next segment. Trent Dilfer. And don't worry, we're going to continue to talk about the Warriors. 888-957-9570. Keep them coming on the Xfinity Mobile text on YouTube. We'll get back to them. But for this quick segment, we are going to be listening to the most asinine thing you will hear all week from a former Super Bowl champion quarterback in Trent Dilfer. He said some interesting things while him and the team are filming things for a upcoming 30 for 30 on the Baltimore Ravens. You're going to want to hear that. Again, 888-957-9570, 888-957-9570, Xfinity Mobile text line, YouTube, hello. This is the pregame show with Joe Spadoni. Come on back. 95.7 The Game.
When a cold comes on strong, knock it out with Vicks DayQuil Severe for max strength daytime relief. Just one dose of Vicks DayQuil Severe starts to relieve 9 of your worst cold and flu symptoms to help take you from 9 to none. Power through your day with Vicks DayQuil Severe, the daytime non-drowsy, coughing, aching, fever, sore throat, 9 to none medicine. Use as directed.
I had a nighttime routine for my frequent heartburn. I would drink milk, I would sleep upright with more pillows, but that painful burning stayed. So I made Prilosec OTC part of my morning routine. With just one pill each morning, Prilosec OTC prevents excess acid production, blocking heartburn day and night. Now I have a new nighttime routine. I call it sleeping.
One pill a day, 24 hours, zero heartburn. With Prilosec OTC. It's possible while taking Prilosec OTC. Use as directed for 14 days to treat frequent heartburn, not for immediate relief.
Every piece of land has a story. Some right there's behind the wheel of a John Deere 1 Series tractor, like the Upshaws.
This is my tractor Penny. It's all about attention to detail.
But the Nelsons love cruising around their expansive Montana ranch in their John Deere Gator UV.
We've been here since 1868.
While the Caggianos drive a John Deere zero-turn mower to keep their Long Island brewery looking sharp.
Don't call me, don't bother me. I'm going out to mow for a couple hours.
Run with us and start telling your story. Learn more at johndeere.com/radio.
Technology allows drones to deliver pizza. Here's mine now.
Approaching drop zone.
But to deliver powerful insights that are on target, you need more than technology. You need CDW to help transform and manage your IT environment with a Dell technology solution that lets you slice your data any way you want to accelerate innovation.
Delivering. Don't forget to tip.
Dell Technologies makes data-driven insights possible. CDW makes it powerful. Learn more at cdw.com/Dell Data Center.
The other day, I bought a cockatoo.
Hello!
He's a handful, but I'll manage. Just like I manage without home internet. Sure, my mobile hotspot is slow and makes streaming shows unbearable, but I'm making do. Oh no, who's this?
It's mating season, Dad!
No home internet? It's not that bad!
Don't settle. Get Xfinity Home Internet for just $19.99 a month for 1 year with a free streaming box. Call, click, or visit a store today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. After 12 months, regular rates apply. Offer ends 2/21/23.
Golfers, tee it up at the Golf Mart and go farther and faster with the new G430 woods and irons from Ping. The Ping G430 woods introduce the next generation of speed with new face technology for longer and more accurate shots. The new Ping G430 irons are designed with pure flex technology for faster ball speed and more distance. Swing into the Golf Mart and get custom fit on the new Ping G430 woods and irons today. The Golf Mart, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee.
Investing is confusing. Dawn raids, triple witching hour, candlesticks, crown jewels, bears, bulls, bear hugs, blue chips. It's one big word salad of uncertainty. Fortunately, Fremont Bank now has incredible rates on their savings accounts and CDs. And while savings accounts and CDs may not be known for their great rates at your current bank, at Fremont Bank, you can get great rates from a great local bank. To learn more, stop in or visit us online. We'll explain it all in plain language. Fremont Bank, serving the Bay Area since 1964. Member FDIC.
Did you know Nissan EVs have traveled 8 billion miles? Just a quick trip to Pluto and back. And what did we learn along the way? Well, that an EV can take on the world, like the Nissan Leaf. It can move racing forward and take your breath away, like the all-new Nissan Ariya. We learned to make EVs that electrify. 8 billion miles driven by Leaf owners globally since 2010. Ariya not yet available for purchase. Expected availability late fall, subject to change.
Wendy's home-style French toast sticks are so delicious, some are saying that they're better than their mom's breakfast.
Excuse me, did you just say Wendy's French toast sticks are better than my breakfast?
Mom, is that you?
Answer the question.
I said some people are saying that because they're so crispy on the outside and fluffy on the inside and perfect in every way.
Uh-huh. And what do you think?
I think it's time to tell people to choose wisely. Choose Wendy's sweet and crispy home-style French toast sticks.
That's still not an answer.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
It's the Red and Gold Aftermath on 95.7 The Game.
If Brock Purdy is healthy the entire game, to talk about that there was just, there's no way the 49ers were just outclassed, no business being on the field with that team. I don't agree with that at all.
Brought to you by the SF Sheriff's Office. Your future begins here. Now, back to the pregame show on 95.7 The Game.
Welcome back. Pregame show. Joe Spadoni. Did not forget about Dre or Klay or JP as the Warriors took care of business last night at Chase Center, 141-114. They handled and quelled the Oklahoma City Thunder behind a big night from Klay Thompson. 42 points from him, 12 of 16 beyond the arc. Jordan Poole, 21 points, career high, 12 assists. Draymond Green, 7 points, 10 boards, 4 assists, 3 steal, 2 block. Just typical Draymond. Just all-around performance from him. And we're going to continue to break that down on the other side. Joe Shasky, the Butcher Boy, is back. Can't wait for a little crossover next segment. But we're going to pivot a little bit to football. And yes, it is the week of the Super Bowl this Sunday, Glendale, Arizona. Eagles, Chiefs. I know we're still reeling. A lot of 49ers fans around here not even going to want to think about that Philadelphia Eagles team unless it's them losing to Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid and co. I know Bonte is fired up about it. He's not even going to any parties. He's like, you know what? No, this is personal. This is a personal. It's hard to get very personal in the Super Bowl when it's not your team playing. There's very few times, and Alan Stiles was in. They were talking about it yesterday. There's been very few times, and I hate the Chiefs, so sorry, fly Eagles fly this week. So can't root for them. Got the Raiders and got the Broncos, AFC West, tied for most Super Bowl wins. Cannot have the Chiefs adding them with 3 apiece as well. Chargers, you'll get there eventually, I'm sure. But it's personal for a lot of 49ers fans this week. And I get it. So we'll continue to talk about the Warriors on the other side. Cross Joe over. Joe Shasky joining me on the other side. But Trent Dilfer. You know Trent Dilfer, former Super Bowl quarterback, former quarterback of the 49ers. Played and, he's often mentioned. And, Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl. Anyone can win a Super Bowl. So, not the greatest quarterback ever, but a quarterback that won a Super Bowl, nonetheless, with one of the greatest defenses, if not the greatest defense of all time, in the 2000 Baltimore Ravens. So, he and the team are filming a 30 for 30 for ESPN. I guess it's up probably on the 2000 Ravens, one of the greatest defenses ever. Here's his thoughts on current quarterback play.
Modern day game does not impress me. It's super easy when you don't get hit as a quarterback and when you can't reroute receivers and when you can't hit guys across the middle. I love Tom Brady. I love Aaron Rodgers. I love these guys. It's not impressive. What's impressive is what they did.
Okay. And he's referring to what they did. He's pointing to some of his Ravens defensive teammates. Okay. Where do I start with this? Trent Dilfer, first of all, should not even be mentioning his breath in the same name with guys like Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers when it comes to even throwers of the football and just overall icons in the game and in that sport. That's number one. I get it. Former peer. He feels like he has a place to stop. Stop. Full stop. Trent, you were a side piece. You were a passenger. You were not the conductor. You were not the bus driver. You were just a guy that needed to hand the ball off and not turn the ball over. That's all you needed to do on that team. And you were winning. And you did. Tom Brady's been playing in the league now and just retired and was playing for a better part of 20 plus years. Before all those rules started coming into place, starting around 2010, I don't know. Wasn't he the guy that kind of started that rule because he tore his ACL and was out with the season for that knee injury? Remember that? Yeah, that was 13 years ago. Yeah, he was playing a decade prior to that. Aaron Rodgers, he was playing prior to 2010. So I don't understand this notion that you are not impressed with guys going into their 40s, by the way. Tom Brady playing until he's 45. I don't care who you are. Playing at a high level at 45 years old, hell, in any sport, but especially football, and being a quarterback and doing that, that's impressive. So miss me with, I don't think what these guys are doing because they're not getting violently hit like I got violently hit. Stop. One of the dumbest things I've ever seen. What Aaron Rodgers, and hell, we all can hate on Aaron Rodgers off the field, his antics, ayahuasca, his infatuation with wanting to be wanted, being in the media game, having all the Raider fans cheering him at the Pebble Beach Pro-Am this past weekend. I'm sure he loved that. He loves to be the center of attention. He loves winning the MVPs. But winning an MVP in that league is hard, let alone being that old and doing it. Playing in that division, playing in that weather. These guys still get hit. Now, do they get hit less frequently? Do they get pulled up on more and more by these guys? Absolutely. That's a fact. But knowing you're going to get hit and still taking a shot when you have to put the ball right down the middle of the pipe, right in the middle of the field, that's not easy. Playing the game and playing the quarterback game in this league still today, it's not easy. We're watching two young guys here locally with the 49ers and watch one guy, Brock Purdy, take the league by storm. Fortunately, what happened in the NFC Championship game. But what he was doing, we have Brian Baldinger on here every week, Morning Roast. And he'll tell you what he does, what that man does, it's not easy. It's not. So Trent Dilfer in your little studio, or I don't even know where he works. He's now the head coach, I think, at University of Alabama, Birmingham. Something ridiculous. I'm sure they're going to do great this year. But for him to speak on the play and not being impressed with the play of Tom Brady and Aaron freaking Rodgers because they don't get hit as much, Stop. Tom Brady took his shots. Aaron Rodgers, he took his shots. He took his lumps. I'm now being forced to defend Aaron Rodgers when I don't want to. But Trent Dilfer, out of bounds. Out of bounds. 888-957-9570, 888-957-9570. Ernie Chavez from the YouTube chat. Love you, Ern. P1. Remember when Dilfer said that the Patriots were no longer good anymore and they ended up winning 3 of the next 5 Super Bowls? I do remember that. It was the Monday Night Football game, and it was ESPN. It was Steve Young, Trent Dilfer, that whole old crew that they used to have there, Susie Colbert, and they got blown out in Kansas City. And then that was the famous, I'm pretty sure we're on to Cincinnati game from Bill Belichick. And Trent Dilfer is, it's time to face it. The Patriots aren't good anymore. They're not good. And then they win 3 of the next 5 Super Bowls. Hey, good job there, Trent. Maybe if you're throwing dirt on Tom Brady, you're actually going to come back this year just to prove that what he was doing was, in fact, not easy. 510. Old quarterbacks didn't even play against the caliber of these defensive players. It's in the stats and the numbers. I agree. And I'm not here to say that, that 2000 Ravens defense that he played a part of, and maybe he's just trying to gas up those guys. I get it. But you don't need to gas up your own players and put down some of the greatest quarterbacks in the history of the game to try to elevate what your squad was able to do. You don't need to do that. Yeah, your guy Tony Saragusa belly flopping on Rich Gannon. Yeah. Okay. That was better. That's when we played. I think we're better off, and RIP to Tony Saragusa, but I think we're better off without plays like that in the game. You know why? Because I want to see Patrick Mahomes and Jalen Hurts play this week. And part of the reason that they're playing this week, no thanks to Nick Sirianni trying to run Jalen Hurts out there in the NFC Championship getting hurt, but part of the reason those guys are playing this week, and thanks to the help of modern medicine, I'm sure a little bit, and they're banged up, obviously, but think about how much more they would have been banged up with some of these rules. Now, I get it. Some of them are soft. The coddling, if you will. I understand. But I am glad to be seeing 2 of the best quarterbacks, 2 of the best young quarterbacks playing against each other this week, this Sunday, in Arizona, in Glendale, and having a chance to see one of the greatest quarterbacks in the history of the game add to his legacy, and potentially one of the great young quarterbacks in the game in Jalen Hurts start his legacy. And I believe some of that has to do with the new rule changes. So Trent, I understand where you're coming from. Just thought it was totally off base, totally ridiculous, and never insinuate again that Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers and what they do is not impressive. Because it is. And it's very difficult. And if everyone could do it, they could. You couldn't. And many others before you couldn't. And many others after could not as well. So 888-957-9570, 888-957-9570. We're going to take a break. Come on back. The Cross Jover, Joe Shasky, makes his triumphant return next on the pregame show. Joe Spadoni, 95.7 The Game.
Uncle, Kate's gonna leave me, and I need your advice.
What's the problem, John?
She thinks I'm cheating on her, but I'm not. It's just that I have ED now, and I don't know why.
Don't worry. The same thing happened to me. All men lose testosterone with age, and this can cause ED. I went to Balanced Medical Solutions, and they helped me rebalance my hormones. Now your aunt is happy again, and I lost weight, too.
Thank you. I'm gonna call them today.
Guys, stop suffering. Call Balanced Medical Solutions now at 510-679-3300 or visit balancedmedicalsolutions.com.
There's a reason Golden State has become the trusted partner for professional builders and contractors. The breadth of what they offer is remarkable. Their product knowledge can save you time. They're the largest distributor in NorCal of many of the brands they carry. Golden State's newly refreshed app offers installation guides, building codes, and much more. And the GSTV link on their homepage is a useful resource. Family owned for 3 generations. Golden State. When you succeed, we succeed.
EasyCater presents We've Got Your Back. Up Singers.
Backup singers.
So I order barbecue for a 20-person client meeting.
A client meeting.
EasyCater calls and says, "Hi, Sarah, you probably need more food for that many people. Want us to add it for you?"
Doing it for you.
I say, "Yes, please."
Yes.
Turns out they were right. Good thing they asked. Because Joyce's meeting notes can be pretty sassy when she's hungry.
Look out.
Client meetings? EasyCater has your back with over 100,000 restaurants. Order 24/7 on EasyCater.com and know.
We got your back.
Before new Cascade Platinum Plus, I would pre-rinse all my dishes because my old detergent just wouldn't get them clean. But now, I do dishes differently. A no pre-wash, no rewash, money-back guaranteed kind of different. Because Cascade Platinum Plus has double the grease-fighting power of Dawn built right in, with twice the scrubbing power, giving me a clean that lets me break all the dish rules. I just scrape, load, and I'm done. Yep, so clean. With Cascade Platinum Plus, I dare to dish differently.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the lingo.
Jelly. Jelly adjective. Jelly is a shorter, better way to say jealous. As in, Chloe, I am like so jelly of your unicorn phone case.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org, brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Kansas City Steak Company, another AmericanEagle.com success story. Started in 1932 as a family-owned butcher shop, today they're a leading distributor of superior all-American steaks delivered right to your door, ready for the grill and your taste buds. When it came to their website, an average site wouldn't do. They chose AmericanEagle.com to take their website to the next level. With a dramatic increase in competition and a softening market demand, they had 2 challenges: improve their brand presence and message, and produce a positive return. AmericanEagle.com got to work and executed usability studies and detailed audits of site experience, digital assets, and marketing. The result? An integrated digital marketing and customer experience plan, organic traffic increase of 20%, and a long-term roadmap for success. If you love great steaks, go to KansasCitySteaks.com for website design, development, and online solutions that bring efficiency and results. Visit AmericanEagle.com. If you need a results-driven website, call the team at AmericanEagle.com at 877-WEBNOW1. That's 877-WEBNOW1.
It's the Red and Gold Aftermath on 95.7 The Game.
Why does Joe Montana hate Trey Lance so much? Trey Lance reminds Joe Montana of Steve Young.
That's what you think, huh?
It's PTSD.
Brought to you by Zenni, the official eyewear of the San Francisco 49ers. Shop from over 3,000 styles at 80% off retail prices. Exclusively at Zenni.com. Now, back to the pregame show on 95.7 The Game.
Welcome back. Pregame show, Joe Spadoni. One more segment before tossing over to the morning roast. Joe Shasky is back and better than ever. Some might say he is all decked out. He's ready to go. Joe, how you doing, buddy?
Joe Spadoni, your haircut looks absolutely glorious, number one.
Thanks, bud.
I'm dying to get myself a haircut. Man, can I share a very kind of, I don't know, a story that really, really made me sad?
Sure. On this happy occasion as the Warriors blow out the Oklahoma City Thunder 141-114. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I'm super fired up to talk basketball with Bonte. I missed everybody. But you know what? Like 2.5 years ago, if I would have said, hey, I got COVID, there'd be a lot of shame wrapped around it, right?
Yes.
Why? I don't know why. Like, I don't know why we wrapped all this shame.
It was definitely
around
a stigma surrounding it because there was this notion that, oh, you didn't do as much as to prevent yourself from getting it kind of thing.
Exactly.
So it's your fault, when
It's
in reality,
ridiculous.
you can just get it from touching, and we all know that.
Yeah. So last Wednesday, let's just take behind the scenes. I go to Target, and I'm got to get dog food. Now I had a slight migraine, but I get a lot of allergy migraines. I mean, you guys know this. You guys work with me. I get a lot of allergy migraines. I've had them since I was a kid. So I thought it was just a typical dehydrated day for Joe Shasky. I go to Target. I'm not feeling, 100%, but I'm fine. I'm going to go get dog food and groceries. You know the groceries. $250 worth of groceries every time I go into Target minimum.
Too, absolutely.
It's absolutely out of control how expensive groceries are. I'll get to that in a second. And then my hands go numb, and I start sweating. Your boy straight up passed out in Target. They had to shave my chest and gave me an EGK or whatever, EKG thing. Yes, this is what happened to me last Wednesday. The level of embarrassment I have on a variety of fronts. A, why was I driving? I thought I was good to go. I didn't realize. B, they're shaving my chest in Target at Colma, and everyone's looking at me. And then C, I'm like, am I going to die of a heart attack? All of those things went through my head simultaneously.
That is frightening. I'm so sorry you had to deal with it. No, that's scary. I've never passed out before from heat exhaustion from anything. I've never passed out before. And I can only imagine that is a scary feeling. So yeah, you don't know what's happening. I'm assuming at that point, like I've had panic attacks in the past, but stuff like that. But yeah, shaving your chest and just to make sure that your heart's going and stuff like that. That's frightening. I'm sorry you had to deal with that, man. Jeez.
I mean, it is what it is. But you know what? It scared the living bejesus out of me.
Yes, that is scary.
I mean, no question. So I went to the hospital. They hooked me up. Come to find out, they said I had a virus, and obviously I got COVID or whatever. And I needed 2 full bags of saline, Joey.
Wow.
2. I was so dehydrated from whatever the virus, the 24-hour bug, whatever it was. Now, flash forward, I felt great a couple days later. I mean, like 100 times better. Not even a question. Scared the crud out of me, and I would have been so afraid to share this story multiple years ago. And now, you know what I want to say? Shout out Target. I am going to be a customer for the rest of, I already was, a customer for the rest of my life. They treated me so well. And yes, I'll be back in studio hopefully tomorrow. I've been symptom-free for X amount of days, and I don't want to do anything reckless and whatnot. But, Joey, the level of shame I had as my shirt was off at Target getting my chest shaved so they could hook up this heart monitor to make sure I wasn't having a heart attack. You want to talk about a panic attack? Oh.
Yeah, that's scary. No, totally. And then Target is a place of sanctuary. It's a place of comfort. Like that's where we go to just, let loose, just let your mind wander, if you will. And then you just go from Target to passing out. I could not imagine. Hell, I've seen some crazy stuff in Target as it is. I don't need to get into that. Shout out Emeryville Target and shout out the one in Alameda. So I didn't even get into that. So it was probably just a regular day for most people, even seeing you. So don't feel too bad, Joe. The most important thing is you're okay. We're glad you're okay. And you know what we call that? That's a dehydration sensation is what that's called.
Cha-ching! Bro, all day. Here's the good thing. There's the good and the bad to the story. The bad is the level of shame that I had for driving, for going out with a headache, even though, again, I suffer from migraines all the time, so I thought it was just a Tuesday. Here's the good thing. Your boy's heart's never been better.
There you go.
Come to find out the blood pressure's great. I was just extremely dehydrated from this long trip, and I don't drink, and I do stay normally quite hydrated, but that's what happens when you catch like a 24-hour bug. Here's the thing the doctor says. So you flew to Philadelphia. I go, yeah. He goes, those jerks. They're spitting on people left and right. No wonder you got the vid. That was a good doctor running material.
That's a great point. And that's used water bottles and beer and what have you. So
what jerks.
Just glad you're okay, buddy.
I've never rooted for Kansas City more in my life.
Yeah, I can't do as I'm wearing my Raider shirt. Hell no. Fly Eagles fly. No offense to you and Bonte, but I cannot have the Kansas City Chiefs matching the Raiders and the Broncos in the division for most Super Bowls with 3. Shasky, that was the most comfortable, and that was one of the best wins I think of the entire season. I don't care that it was the Thunder. You've had better wins against better teams like the Grizzlies, the Celtics.
Wait, the Studio Gangster Grizzlies?
Yeah, stuff like maybe better quality, I will say. You've beaten better quality of opponents. But the decisiveness that I saw from Jordan Poole, Klay Thompson, hell, Andrew Wiggins, he started getting his shot around a little later in that game, which is nice to see.
A lot better.
Yes. The defense that he played on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, it was just a complete team effort and one of the best wins of the season. We've heard it all morning from Steve Kerr, from Draymond, from everything. The amount of assists, 42 assists team high, and then 12 assists from Jordan Poole. Just a great effort last night from everyone around.
Klay Thompson deserves the headlines. Obviously had a monster game. Like, we do this thing, who needs to step up with Steph being out?
Everyone.
Yet we never pivot to Draymond and Klay because we expect them to play well, right? We kind of already expect them. But, Klay Thompson carrying the load, sign me up for that. He's had a great, I know Bonte said it in our chat last night. I was unaware it was the best shooting month of his career. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that
until
either.
the broadcast brought it up and Bonte was bringing it up. That doesn't surprise me. He's shooting out of his mind. Here's the other thing. If Jordan Poole plays that floor game, I'm talking about pass first, setting up the offense, knowing that his shot will always be there and he can get his. But if he sets up others the way he did yesterday in terms of assist to turnover ratio, that is the floor game I'm looking from Jordan Poole.
Sky's the limit for that. At that point, the shot's there. And that's what separates guys like Stephen Curry and some of the great point guards in the league is because not only do they have the shot, but they look to facilitate with their other stars.
Yes.
Right? Klay Thompson, you're going to need him. Andrew Wiggins, you're going to need him without Steph. Hell, not even just without Steph. You gotta look into the playoffs as well. So yeah, absolutely. Just
Joey Spadoni, I'm sorry to cut you off. Sam was talking in my ear, and I thought we were going direct between the two of us. Am I still very quiet, Sam? Let's work this out on air.
Keep going a little bit, Shasky. I can hear you too.
Hey.
Yeah, keep going there a little bit, little louder.
How about now?
That's good. I think
there
that's
good.
Shasky we know and love.
There we go. I thought I was startled because I thought Sam was telling me I gotta pop myself up. I was like, man, I'm kissing the red here, Sammy. Don't worry. And Sam knows all about kissing the red. So there you go.
Hey, you know what? On this same note, my God, I know that I harp on the NBA and all the problems they've got. Oklahoma City, what an embarrassment to sports. Honestly, you hipster basketball people, SGA and Josh Giddey, get out of here. Get out of here. I don't want to hear anything. SGA is a black hole. The ball goes to him, and it's just, I am going to attack the hoop. I'm going to get hollow points. I play zero defense. I never pass the ball. Josh Giddey had 2 possessions where he looked good. He was just running up and down like it was a YMCA game. Oklahoma City is an embarrassment to professional sports.
Man, I thought they were a fun young team to watch. But to your point, they just kept losing, and finally they're doing something this season, it feels like. But yet,
look, Chet's hurt. I'll give them that. Chet's hurt, and I get that.
That's the thing. Yeah, their best player, they thought, Shake is obviously the best player, but the future of the franchise is hurt. And now they're in a position where they're not taken for Wemby. They got to, actually, they have so many picks, Shasky. Hell, they might still be in on Wembanyama. I might even just know about it because they have 50 million picks. I don't even know.
Well, look, this is the advantage that the NFL has over all the other leagues. Jacksonville goes from drafting number 1 overall back-to-back years to winning a playoff game, right? In the NFL. It's very rare. We have seen year after year after year. I mean, how many people are tripping over themselves to LaMelo Ball? They're a 15-win team. I looked up this morning because we were talking about him last night. 15-win team. They're terrible. They're absolutely terrible. No one cares about the Charlotte Hornets. Baseball has the same problem. Half the league isn't even trying to compete. It's driving me insane. And this whole money ballification of sports in terms of trying to get draft picks and doing it on the cheap and all that. No, this is professional sports. When teams are selling for billions of dollars, put a competitive product out there.
No, it's a good point. And yeah, I'm just seeing now they have the Clippers first round pick. They have a multitude of teams, Heat, Nuggets. I'm seeing everyone. They have everyone's pick apparently. So, that's just great for the Oklahoma City Thunder. But something about playing that team and that franchise in the past, and yeah, they're not having the Russell Westbrooks or the Kevin Durant's anymore. Something about playing that team, and I do think there is something to it. No matter the franchise, because Klay Thompson just gets up to play that team, no matter what it is. And there's some players throughout that in their careers, it's the same way. I think you just think of baseball, just certain teams that just own you. I think of the Angels against the A's. He bats 500. David Fletcher bats 500 against the A's. He's a no one against everyone else, right? But against your team, he just kills it. And now Klay Thompson's not a no one. He's obviously a Hall of Famer and a hell of a player. But whenever he sees that jersey, that color combination, he's just going off. And that was just a game that they needed, and a game that kind of, I think, sets the tone for these next 4 games. Well, it's his birthday tomorrow. That's the thing. And I was telling this with Bonte and Styles yesterday. Bonte asked me, he's like, Spadoni, you think they're going to go on a run? I was like, do I think they're going to run? Can they go on a run? Sure. Will they? They haven't shown it all year. So, I'm going to be very cautiously optimistic, taking it game by game. Can they beat the Trailblazers tomorrow? Sure. Will they? I don't know.
Well, I mean, what do they got? The Lakers 3 times in the next 12 games?
Yeah, something like that. They starting this Saturday.
I think it's Clippers, Portland, and the Lakers. Like basically, like 7 or 8 times of those 12, something along those lines. I know Bonte will have the schedule memorized because he's very good at that. But like, this is a big stretch right here, and no one's saying that you got to go 10-2 over the next 12. Like, be a game or two over 500. Like, that's all you need to be. Like, if you look at these standings, that's the other thing. Like, look at the top of the division: Denver, Dallas, Sacramento Kings. Like, do you really scare? And none of those teams scare me. Can any of those teams win a series, random series? Of course. Does any of them have the fortification to win 3 consecutive series coming out of the West? No.
The only team that's shown that's done it are the Phoenix Suns, and if they're healthy, maybe. But like, that's a team. And then the Clippers, if they're healthy, they're fraudulent too. I turn them on half the time, and they're always losing. Real quick, Shasky, Kyrie Irving to Dallas. Your thoughts?
We love transactions. I mean, that guy just. I'm so out on Kyrie. I'm just so out on Kyrie in general.
As a person and all this.
Just
sort of
as
stuff.
a basketball player. Okay. He misses half the year every year. What, they play 13 games together? Him, James Harden, and Durant?
Something like that,
I mean, it's just ridiculous. I mean, and here's the irony is, if you notice, his team, their record is very similar when he's out of the lineup over the last 5 years as it is when he's in, because all the teams he goes to are actually good teams. Boston, Brooklyn, obviously the Cleveland situation when he was, hurt there for a minute. But like, I don't know. Who are they guarding at the end of games? How are they getting 4 or 5 stops with 6 minutes to go? I don't see it.
No, it's a good point. That's Joe Shasky.
They'll score with anyone, though.
Good to have him back. Target, shout out Target in Colma for having my boys back. We appreciate that. Shout out Target. He's joining Bonte Hill next. They're going to be breaking down the Warriors' big win over the Oklahoma City Thunder, 141-114. Klay Thompson, 42 points, 12 of 16 from beyond the arc. Jordan Poole, 21 points, 12 assists. They'll be breaking that all down the other side on the Morning Roast with Bonte and Shasky next on 95.